I have never won a trophy in Football Manager. The closest I have ever been to achieving glory in this game was 2 third places and a cup final with SFC Opava in our Build a Nation save, as well as third with Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga. I actually want to win something in this game though, so what does one do to stop being like Tottenham or Pogoń Szczecin? A challenge. Some will do the Pentagon Challenge, winning a Champions League in every continent. Some will do the International Hexagon Challenge, winning every international tournament. Some will go for a Glory Hunter, and win all of the top 5 leagues, as well as all UEFA competitions. Oh yeah, speaking of Glory Hunter, I'm actually going to do one, just a little bit differently. Instead of trying to win in just the top 5 leagues, I will go on to claim a title in every single European country. Oh, this will be a grind. The rules of this challenge are very simple. I start unemployed with 0 coaching badges and as a Sunday League player, and I need to win every single league in Europe. No cups, just the league. Oh, and all the European competitions as well. This will take at least 55 seasons, so we're risking a save that gets corrupted and unable to restore. Hopefully that will not happen, but in case it does, we will start from the 2023-24 season again, begin from where we left off, keep the trophy count, and start in the club we last managed. Unless I was unemployed. Then it's obvious. How many leagues do you think I can win before FM25 comes out? Let me know in the comments below. I will save time by simulating most of the games though, so we can squeeze in more matches, seasons, and hopefully trophies. Don't worry, the most important moments will still be played. This is where we start. Unfortunately, you cannot get every single attribute rated as 1, so this is the worst you can theoretically get in the game. And with that, off to our first job we go. And we have plenty of leagues to choose from. I downloaded a database update, which has all the squads from the current season, but it also includes every single league in the world, so we can go beyond the base game limits. Link is in the description. One thing is for sure, we are not getting a job in any of the teams rated above maybe a single star. Sigma Omuniec, for example, is 2 Sigma for my chances. I didn't want to close down the opportunities from the entire continent, and I declared it to the press, and started applying en masse. I made my name noticed in places like San Marino, Albania, Montenegro, Lithuania, Slovakia or Luxembourg. Some teams said no, like Hutnik Kraków in the Polish 3rd division, mainly due to the fact I lack experience in leading teams to promotion. I would say mainly due to the fact I lack experience. But some teams did want to sit down, one of them being Hamron from Malta. Say hi to Matt from Second Yellow Card in the comments. This is a team that we could even win the title with, which they stated in both the message and the interview. They are probably my favorites from the get-go. I basically agreed with most of what they were saying, but they were worried about my number of applications. I said, it's just a matter of considering my options. I followed suit with Auda from Latvia, Fola Esch from Luxembourg, Tallinna Kalev from Estonia, and AP Brera from North Macedonia. Teams were mostly worried about my lack of language skills as well, but as I like to learn them in real life, I also claimed I can learn them quickly. Fola Esch was the option I liked the least. We're here to win, not to avoid relegation. Simple as that. It was the other way in Estonia though. A former Liverpool player in Ragnar Klavan had a nice interview with me, and the news of us talking immediately went to the press. In between applying for jobs and getting decisions, we got even more interview offers, including one from Polish GKS Jastrzębie in the 3rd tier. I attended the interview with them, but I already knew this wasn't where I'll go. If I did a traditional journeyman, they'd be my favorites, but it's the ultimate Glory Hunter challenge, and only the top tiers count. And I got the new contenders, Zimbru Kisenia from Moldova, who could challenge for a league title from the get-go. Overall, this is the list of teams that interviewed us. It's huge, and our first team is probably on this list. The first offer came from Fola Esch, but as we already discussed it, they're only willing to avoid relegation, and we don't really want that. So I delayed my decision, which they agreed to. I used that time to discuss staff changes with FK Auda from Latvia, but they had nothing to change. Another offer came from Welsh Aberystwyth Town. I hope I pronounced that name correctly, and I delayed that offer too. One of my favorites unfortunately said no. Hamron signed an Italian Andrea Pisano instead. Zimbru Kisenia also chose someone else, Valeriu Andronic, who they already had in the U19 staff. Worry not though, Auda, Belis and Briton Ferry have all decided they want us to take charge, and I had a clear favorite. With Conference League football right upon us and the chance to at least qualify there for the 2nd time in a row, I decided we are traveling up north to Latvia and take charge of FK Auda. Here we have a chance to challenge for the title rather quickly, which is the goal of this challenge. We joined in mid-season, as Latvia has a summer season system. The team we took charge of is in the mid-table of the top Latvian league right now, with a view of sneaking into Europe. Riga FC, also our senior affiliate, are having a clean slate. So the title, and even the second place this season, are out of the question, but the bronze is achievable. Our goal is to qualify to Europe this year and win the league next year, or move to a team with a bigger chance of doing so. Simple as that. Squad building will be complicated though, with 3 players trained in Latvia before the 21st birthday having to be on the pitch at the same time, and we don't have much choice. We also don't have much stuff, so I decided to take care of that first. And with that, let's see what tactic we can make. I went with a 4-3-3, focusing on a wing play, mainly due to a severe lack of center backs. Introduction to the squad went very well. Everyone reacted positively to my arrival. Except literally 2 days later, they are unhappy with me. What is the problem? Lack of goalkeeping depth. I made a promise, mainly because getting a new goalie is my target. I have over 20 of them on trial, but we just couldn't get one in time for our debut against RFS Riga. If you play on key highlights, you might be used to being nearly guaranteed each and every highlight is a goal, but not in Latvia. It's where chaos truly unfolds. And yes, I'm playing on key highlights, and the highlights you are watching right now only come from the first half. We had an advantage on the break against the current runners-up on every metric, except the one that matters. And if only we kept it going in the second half. Adam Markiev from RFS found some space on the edge of our area to put the ball in the top bins. We attacked nearly instantly, but the number on the score sheet stood still, until the 66th minute, when Darko Lemaic doubled the lead for the away team. It wasn't over when Ibrahim Kone blasted a long shot into the short post, but Lemaic scoring a nice volley, he was offside at least, and thus running out of time, made our opening day a loss. We know we have potential though. We just have to be more prolific in front of goal. Our first win of this challenge came against relegation-threatened Daugavpils. It was a rather easy 2-0 victory, with us having a major advantage throughout the entire 90 minutes. We then got our only transfer this window, a goalkeeper Kaspars Ikstens, who is a free agent. The main reason is that he is homegrown in Latvia, and the registration rules in this country are kind of harsh. This still didn't satisfy Chris Karklins, and I get flashbacks from when Miloš Kopečny complained about the lack of central midfielders in our Build a Nation save with Opava in Czechia. Supercut available on the top right. At least, he gives us more time to sign a proper keeper, and doesn't glitch himself. And it's a good thing, because since we stepped in, we just kept winning. We score a lot of goals as we play a lot of attacking football. The stats are just proving that what we're doing is right. This approach made us jump from 6th to 4th with literally 3 wins in a row. We also played in Europe this year. Our first opponents were Derry City from Ireland, and we surprised them in the very first minute. Timi Ogunni finished with a tap-in. We kept the lead for a long time, but in the 73rd minute it was Paul McMullan from Derry to equalize, setting the result as a 1-0 before a return leg in our place, in which both teams left it very late. Ronan Boys opened up the scoring in the 77th minute. We thought it may as well be over, but the substitute Mateusz Clemente blasted a long shot in the 87th minute, giving us the penalties, in which he stepped up first but got stopped by the keeper. After him, everyone kept scoring, even if their shots weren't the most powerful ones. The final round gave us a lifeline, when Christianis Viedris stopped a pen from another goal scorer of the day, Ronan Boys. Unfortunately, in the 8th round, Diawara Bakare's shot was stopped, Adam O'Reilly scored, and ended our short-lived European adventure. Maybe next year, if we qualify. And qualify to Europe, we did. Aside from our debut, the only 2 more losses we got were against RFS again and Riga FC. There were also 2 draws, against Valmiera and Liepaja. This confirmed ourselves as a 4th force in the league. We qualified for the Conference League, but there's a chance we would start from the 2nd qualifying round, not 1st. We just need to win the cup, in which we are dismantling our opponents. Karosta from the amateur tiers, Liepaja from the top flight, they somehow saved themselves from sure relegation, and Beitar Riga from the 2nd division. This set up a final against Latvian champions Riga FC. Contreras now looks for Dashkevich, and I think this open space didn't end with a goal. The team in white jerseys kept its major advantage, and them scoring a goal was just a matter of time. And they score as well. So Antoni Contreras opens up the scoring, goes to the byline and is about to cross it to Ibrahim Kone. Makes a back pass anyway, so Bavec can launch a long shot, very good one, in the Glory Hunter challenge. We're losing yet again. I mean, when does it stop? It wasn't meant to be. Again. At least, we dismantled them in the league 9 days later, which shows one thing. We're fighting for the title in the second year of the challenge. Before that second year, we got a youth intake. But the only player who I think is interesting enough to show is this guy, Anton Simanovic. He might be a rotation player in our second year at least. We are not looking for a new job in Season 2 as well, at least for now. The compliments from the press and the fact we are yet to win the league, of course, are the reasons for that. But going completely off topic, can anyone explain to me the logic behind this sacking in Banik Ostrava? Well, I guess I'll move into the future now. Mainly because we confirmed a transfer of Daniel Szuszko from Olaine, who play in the second tier, for free, because he's an amateur. Another free signing is Martins Ors, who has 30 caps for Latvia. We also loaned in Lukas Peterson from Hoffenheim, but I don't think the signing spree stops here. We've been blessed with nearly 700k in the transfer budget, which is quite a lot for the Latvian league, but I decided not to really use it. The exception being yet another goalkeeper, Suat Licina from Montenegro for only 30k. The rest of the window I spent on signing stuff, with a new coach and performance analyst slots being filled up. The outing of this window was Vyacheslav Isayev's, who joined Georgian side Dynamo Batumi for a loan. After all this movement, it was time to begin our championship hunt. The opener was against RFS Riga, in which we just dominated, opening up the scoring just 10 minutes in. The domination would be cut short by this dubious penalty though, converted by Herti Prenga. But we destroyed the doubts in the second half. Murtalagaye gave us the lead and made it a brace. Melediani set the result as 4-1. This domination was somehow interrupted by Petr Mares, who plays for the rivals. This win helped us catch the momentum for the season, and we just kept on winning, scoring a ton of goals. The only loss we got in the first 9 games was against Liepaja, thanks to a late penalty. We obviously were leading the table, and that status would not really change in the next bunch of games. What would change is the status of our keeper, Kristianis Zviedris. We unfortunately got an overload of players on his position, and this forced the Latvian on the bench, or even to the stands. It made him very unhappy, and I had to agree with him. And the agreement was selling him to Dumbravita in the Romanian second division. On the other way around, the club realized this potential title run is serious, and rushed me to extend the contract, give me a coaching course, and build new training facilities. Of course, this sudden massive form led to interest from abroad, and it inevitably came. For example, our star left-winger Melediani got interest from Poland and Moldova. His choice would be Lechia Gdańsk in the Polish top flight. He was followed by our starting right-back, Tin Hrvoy, and the winger Bakary Mane, but they both went down south, to Górnik Zabrze. This forced replacements, especially since the squad went mad that I let people go. We don't want to ruin this insane form, so we brought in a right-back Faragaye and the winger Mustafa Fane. They both came from Senegal, and calm down the players quite a bit, which would be necessary before entering the... Our first opponents were average Legia Warsaw fans' nightmare, FC Dudelange from Luxembourg, but for us, it was a walk in the park. We pretty much cleared them, scoring 3 goals in both games, advancing to the second round. Next up, Kaisar Kyzyl from Kazakhstan. They would also receive a huge dismantling in Latvia. 4-1 result removed all the doubt, and a 3-0 draw in Kazakhstan did not change a thing. We're in the third round now, and it looks like we're getting the easiest route ever. Spartani Selemet from Moldova were next. It was much tighter this time though. We left it late for each half in Moldova. Mustafa Fane scored at the end of the first, and Stevenson Jody in the second. Spartani tried to fight back in the return leg, and it resulted in a late goal from Vedin Kulovic, but that is all they could achieve. We kept it cool and qualified for the final qualifying round. Quite some progress compared to last year. But before the fourth round, I will shortly update you on the league. We keep dominating it, and the title is just a matter of time. I guess that's enough of an update. Returning to the Conference League action, there would be some carnage. Our opponents would be either HJK Helsinki from Finland or NK Bravo from Slovenia. They played each other in the third qualifying round, and it went to extra time. Actually, it went all the way to the 120th minute, when Bravo's player Artur Murza was left all alone and scored for the Slovenians. But Bravo's keeper had other ideas, failing to save a relatively easy shot, allowing a rebound, which led to penalties. The man between the sticks, Matija Orbanic, got his act together in the shootout though, saving the penalty from Ozan Kokcu and helping his team get to play against us. That team, Bravo, would strike first in Ljubljana. Turning to Ivan Šegraonic Cats inside, it's going to be 1-0 unfortunately. This was the only goal of the game, but at least the statistics showed we can turn it around in Riga, which would make history happen. With Riga FC reaching the Conference League phase, if we qualify, there will be 2 teams from Latvia to play in a European group stage, which would happen for the first time in Latvian football's history. The penalty area, Kone can shoot it just over the bar. Bakare finds Lucas Ramos. What is this pass, honestly? Why did you decide to just pass it back to the keeper? Timi Oguni. Okay, I get it now. Mortalagaye scores an equalizer. It might have been offside, and it's going to stand. It might go for a 2-0. Timi Oguni to Marcis Os. We might be in the Conference League, you know. Good ball to Leban. And this had to go in for some reason. To the byline, cross, Timi Oguni. We're leading the aggregate again. I cannot believe it. Like, honestly, we've had probably the easiest route possible in this Conference League season to the launch from Luxembourg. Some side from Kazakhstan that has won 1 game in 13. A Moldovan side. And now we're playing against Bravo. Like, any other opponent would be much more challenging. And we won. And we're in the Conference League. So we're staying in Latvia until at least December. What a run this season is. We took charge of a mid-table team in Latvia. And within 15 months, we turned it into a Conference League team. But can we as well turn Auda into champions? The only team that put us in any danger was Liepaja, who also had a massive turnaround, and now we're chasing us in second. Our direct encounter ended with our comfortable win, which made the first ever league title for Auda inevitable. We had a chance of clinching it against Valmiera, with 3 more games to go. But what if I tell you that despite the fact we took the lead, we let 2 floated crosses into our area, which led to a loss? Thankfully, we confirmed the league title against later relegated Tukums. This time, it was an easy 2-0 win. And it's done. Is there a trophy left? There is not a trophy left. Well, at least there is one in the cup, in which we defeated Metta, Jelgava and Riga FC, setting up the final against Liepaja. We scored 1 goal early, and we scored 1 goal late, which was enough to make it a domestic double and make us a part of the Latvian Hall of Fame. But what if we add some great European run to this domestic success? I truly believe the knockouts are possible. We have a schedule that could lead us to at least 3 wins and therefore the knockouts. The first one of those potential wins we hoped would be against Derry City, a rematch from 15 months ago, which wouldn't turn the way we wanted. We couldn't even pull up an equal fight like we did last year. Derry scored 1 in the first half and 1 in the second, with less than half an hour to go, and it looks like we overestimated our chances. Ramirez pulled 1 back to give us some hope, but I guess coming back will be very hard. Wow! This team does not disappoint. What if we could make history happen in our first European game? Surely it's not possible to clinch a win when coming back this fast from that far away.
Balotelli, Aguero! I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again!
What a story! What a comeback! What a win! But Tottenham wasn't really impressed and wanted to teach us how to play football when they came to Riga. Well, Cats inside. Powerful shot from Johan. So we have a corner in the 31st minute. Car clinch. The ball was played to Ramos. Timi Oguni. Jody. Oguni! Hits the crossbar. Renan Lodi tried to dive. Arias is going to be the one to score. And it's going to be an own goal. To Winston McKennie, Bakayoko dribbles past the opponent, Bosancic, cuts inside. His shot is being saved. He's doing the worst pass ever. Johnson wasn't offside and misses it. And he makes a shot. Owosu had to make an effort to save that. We have almost as many shots as Tottenham against Tottenham. The Latvian team, Timi Oguni to Osh! And he not only scores an own goal, he scores goal to the proper net. Camera takes possession. Blocked shot. And I'm saying right now, we may have lost. I'm saying right now, we had a chance against Tottenham. We gave a proper go at them. But I guess there is a difference between the Premier League and the Latvian Viršliga. Next opponent was Rapid Wien, and we would play in some confusing jerseys. We're the ones in dark green for clarification. Cross Faney! Mustafa Fane gives us a lead against Rapid Wien. This was enough. Just one goal, and a huge win against a reputable Austrian side. Larne from Northern Ireland turned out to be a tough opponent. It was a goalless draw in the half-time. Thankfully, we have Mortala Gaye, who was in a perfect position to make a rebound and give us the lead. Larne players got furious when we scored, and the course of action they took was...
Skip it up and down.
This opened up the highway. We scored 3 more goals in 20 minutes, and Larne had nothing to say. This is already enough to pretty much guarantee the knockout stages, but we wanted to start the spring directly in the round of 16, so we demolished Armenian champions Punic. It was a total domination. Despite Yusuf Otubani opening up the scoring for Armenians, we scored 7 past them, and round of 16 was indeed possible. We just had to get some points against Lugano from Switzerland, and I'm already telling you, we will stay in Auda as long as we're in that conference league. This is impossible. I cannot even begin telling you who is who. So the team in the black jerseys is doing some pretty nice play, and some guy called Stevenson Jody scored a goal for the team in the black jerseys. Osancic loses possession, but actually he makes a good pass. Stefan gets the ball on the left side. It's being passed back to Schmidt, hits the post. Makes a pass to Timi Oguni. And Stevenson Jody makes it a double, but it could be offside. And it stands. Grgic, fantastic free kick. Seems like you're making the most terrible pass of all time. We deserved to lose that goal. But at least it's full time, and at least it's done. As a Latvian team, we finished 4th in the Conference League stage. This is the first time in Latvian football history when not only Latvia has 2 different teams in the European competition in the league stage, but also they have a side in the knockouts. And will only resign when we're knocked out of Europe. This season was a massive success already, and normally I would pursue a job in another club after getting a domestic double. But I kind of have a feeling we could go very far with Auda and the Conference League. But we need some reinforcements. Our transfer window would see the end of the loan of Lucas Ramos, but we sorted his departure way before he left. His replacement will be Tomas Correa from Argentina. We also got a new keeper, Richard Smatrevich, who last played in Riga FC. I do not plan on signing anyone else, despite having nearly 3 million in the transfer budget. We will stay here until May at latest anyway. The board did not know about it and offered me a new deal, but I said no. So let's finish our job, and the opponents in the round of 16 will be... This would be huge. We have it. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. Quarterfinals are more than possible. This is a golden chance for us. European Cup quarterfinals from Latvia on the very first attempt? This is something insanely massive for someone who just started out. Also ignore the jerseys. Passes back to Ibrahim Kone. Correa, fantastic shot! Makes a shot. Risic from a free kick, over the bar again. Karklinch makes a cross, and Marcis Osh makes it 2-0. Simanovic now to Kamara. Hits the crossbar. Again Karklinch, this time from a free kick. Risic again from a free kick, and this time it's saved again. 5 minutes to go. Jorge Silva. Our opponents are wasting no time now to have any hope, and they will have hope, because Alex Renner and Nugent is scoring a goal from distance after a deflection. Huge victory for us. This run is just insane. We're just 90 minutes away from being in the Conference League's top 8. Only thing we have to do is to keep the result. Karklinch with a big chance to give us the quarterfinals. So at least let's encourage our people, as we have a corner in the 17th minute. 70th. Mateus. Good cross. Bosancic makes it 1-0. Now this was carnage. Corner. Let's just clear it, please. FK Auda is in the Conference League quarterfinal. Honestly, this is the last thing I expected from the stint in this club. But I guess we just have to keep pushing for a miracle, which could be cut short since the second I saw who will we play in the quarters. And we're playing against Tottenham! No way, I wanted to get like last cleans, maybe Panathinaikos, maybe Utrecht or Athens to fight for the semi-final itself. Well, I guess we have to face them now. Dejan Kulusevski to Destiny Udoji. Richarlison has plenty of space. Kick the ball out. Car clinch to Richarlison. 2-0, no! Heung-min Son finds Madison. Wonderful stuff. I mean, I understand this is Tottenham, but you cannot be making that pass regardless of your level. Ramirez makes a spin. Correa. And it's going to provide 4. No penalty. This was outside the area! Correa. Well, at least that's a consolation. Kulusevski makes a good turnaround. Richarlison wasn't offside because of car clinch. I mean, I guess this is where this wildest run of all time ends. And if we're meant to end it here, let's end it with a good mark. Madison, Bentancur to Kulusevski. 2nd minute and we're getting spanked. Madison. Son. On the left. Way too much space for Richarlison, but I think it was offside. It was. The ball goes to the left side. Son can make a cross, wins possession, and Richarlison this time is going to score it, and it stands. Madison with a free kick. Oh wow! Car clinch. Makes a floated cross. Pedro Porro loses possession. I think it's not offside, so at least we score the goal again. But we win it back. Just for like 2 passes. Kulusevski into the penalty area makes it 3. With a free kick. Can he score something similar to Madison? He does! That marks the end of our adventure with FK Auda. We turned this club from a mid-table side in Latvia to the domestic double winners. We also added a wild Conference League run, going all the way to the quarterfinals and booking a place in Latvian football's history books. In the league, our final game in charge was against Riga FC, which was a chaotic 6-3 win. We left the club as the leaders of the league, with a game in hand. And I must thank Auda for giving us a chance to make this wild story happen. I subsequently resigned on April 22nd, 2025 and was on the hunt for a new challenge. There are not too many jobs available right now, and I am restricting myself to a top division job. I think I'll prefer going outside of the Baltic region. Maybe to the Balkans, maybe to the Scandinavia, maybe to the West, or somewhere in Poland or Slovakia. But you will only find it out next episode. This video is the first part of the series. And I'll be honest, I don't know how many episodes I will upload and how many trophies we will win before FM25 comes out. Thank you for watching the first episode though. If you enjoyed, you can hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I will be very grateful for that. While you all are waiting for a new episode, maybe you would like to start an FM adventure for yourself. I've got a couple ideas right for you, which I listed on the video you have on your screen right now.